Man, the last couple days I've been clicking that button. It just comes up really fast. So we're live all of a sudden. Welcome. Today is Friday. Wrong F date. Friday, April 4th. Later in the afternoon. I am so sorry, you guys. I've had a busy day. I've had a very, very eventful day. So after school, actually really even before school ended, I found myself filming the student body officer announcement video. Well, not video, but like a performance. They have the kind of this tradition at the school where the outgoing student body officers like do a play. It was very clever. It was Hunger Games themed. It was very funny. And then all throughout, thank you. So all throughout they say who the new SBOs are, the student body officers. And so it's kind of funny to watch because, you know, everyone's on the edge of their seat saying, oh, who did my friend win? Who won? And so I filmed it and, you know, inevitably it's going to get hundreds, maybe thousands of views on my school channel. It always does every single time. And it's like so funny because it's like minimal effort. It's literally like put a camera in the gym, in the auditorium, hit record, and babysit it, right? And that's it. There's not anything fancy about it. So it was fine. It was great. But sadly, the one person that I was really hoping would become a student body officer is not going to be a student body officer, and I feel bad for her. It would have been really cool. Actually, a good friend of my daughter's ran to be student body president. And she would have done a fantastic job. She would have been so good. But, you know, the way that student elections run, it's usually kind of a popularity contest. You know, she had a shot because she is a popular kid. She's on the softball team. She's just a really great, genuine person. But this other kid, you know, has tons of friends and, you know, he's a popular kid. So, you know, who are you going to vote for? Well, probably the popular kid. It's between the popular kid and like who's going to actually do a good job. Yeah, they're going to vote for the popular kid. So it was a little sad. It was, you know, a little downer. My daughter, you know, encouraged her. She wasn't crying or anything. She was just like, you know, not happy that she didn't get in, of course, but, you know, she wasn't inconsolable or anything. And then, so that doesn't explain why I'm so late to the game today. I am very late to the game today because after school, so after the bell rang, I put down my camera gear in my room and hauled it to the district offices. Every couple years, I think it's every 5 years, teachers come up for relicensure. You have to like renew your license with the state. So regardless of what school you teach at, you're like legit with the state and they say, yep, you're okay to teach. Which involves like an ethics test and like all these different things. And you have to do a background check. I mean, you have to be like a good person to be a teacher, right? You can't be like a felon or do bad things. You have to be, you know, on the good side of the law. And so every, 5 years or whatever, they have to do a background check. And so, you know, I did the thing. I did the thing they asked me to. You have to kind of jump through the hoops, and I'm like they would do fingerprinting and everything. Like it was a total, you know, I felt like a new hire all over again. They have a record of my fingerprints. I mean, when you join on as a school teacher, one of the first things they do is you go to the HR department, human resources, and you get your fingerprints done. And it was on an electronic thingy and whatever. But for some reason, because of this new system or whatever, even though they have a digital copy of my fingerprints, they had to do it all over again at the district office. And then, I'm not making this up, they send it to like the FBI to like investigate you. And like if you have nothing to hide, then it's nothing to worry about. But, you know, your anxiety kicks in and you go, yeah, but what if they find something? You know, it's like, what would they find? It's like, you know, when you go to an airport and you walk through security and you're like, what if I accidentally have a bomb in my bag or something? Like, no, of course you don't, right? But it's just funny to need to do that. and also my old key card. So you have like an identification card that you wear all the time, and I keep it in my pocket or my lanyard or something. And so I wore this key card either in my pocket or lanyard or whatever so often that it still worked as a key pass. You could bump it against the little like electronic door things and it would unlock the door, but the information on it had all but what rubbed away. And so while I was there, after I got my thing done, I said, hey, could you maybe like get me a new key pass too? And I was thinking, oh gosh, it's going to cost a bunch of money, right? It's going to cost a ton of money. And actually it didn't. It didn't cost anything at all. I read the fine print and it said, if you lost it, if it's your fault, then you have to pay, $25 or something. If you're a new hire, it's $15, and there's like a price scale for doing the exact same thing. But if your key card is just super, super old, then yeah, you don't have to pay anything for it, right? This Mother Nature took over, right? And so it's this old kind of worn away key card. And she said, oh, when did you have it done last? And I was like, oh, I've been teaching for 14 years, so it probably has been a while. And she looked at my key card and she was like, oh, you were in the, whatever ID number, you're 200 something. We're in the 15,000s right now or something. It was like, I'm a dinosaur. I'm like the oldest person. I'm like, I'm not that old, am I? It's one of those moments as you get older and older that, you start thinking like you start having these evidences of like, yeah, you are actually getting old. Am I that old? No, I'm not like a dinosaur, but I do hear some of my favorite music on the radio at the grocery store now, which is a bad sign. I also have just, I have plantar fasciitis slightly in my right foot, which is not very fun. There's just like little indicators like, yeah, your check engine light might come on soon, It's like, dang it, I'm getting old. Yeah, you know what? She's a busy girl. This girl that didn't make it onto the SBOs, the student body officers today. They announced who the winners were, and my daughter's good friend didn't make it. She wasn't one of them. She will, you're right, Callie, she will just have more time for more fun things, right? She's a softball player. She will be able to absolutely dedicate herself to softball. All the fun things that maybe she would miss out on because she's so busy being an SBO. So maybe it's for the better. Who knows? So, all right, let's dive in. Enough talking, right? I love gabbing, but let's do the puzzles. We're looking at the connections puzzle. As you can see, we're going to do in the little graphic right by my cheek there. We're going to do the connections puzzle, then we do the mini crossword, and then we do the Wordle. Love the Wordle. The Strands. Who was it that loves the Strands? I think it was Frank or somebody. Loves the Strands, right? It goes to it all the time. And then after Strands, then we play Letterbox. Super fun. Really, really fun. All right, so connections. We're trying to create 4 groups of 4. These words are related somehow. So let's find out how. I see drive, park, harmony, balance, diamond, ink, rest, spin, difference, field, cruise, bay, ride, trade, stadium, and remainder. Okay. So the first ones I saw were drive and park. Those are like if you're going to put your car in drive, put your car in park. But I only see 2 of them. Oh, I guess cruise control. To drive, to cruise, to take a spin. Oh, to take a ride. Oh, we might be onto something here. A car trip, a cruise, a drive, a ride, and a spin. I saw another one too. Where did it go? The balance, split the difference, remainder, and the rest. Oh, that's got to be the yellow category. What's left over? The balance, the difference, the remainder, and the rest. Neat. Really cool. I'm doing it in the order that I thought the easy to hard went. I thought it was green, yellow, blue, and then purple. I still can't get over that. I thought, and it happened exactly, 4 days ago. It was April Fool's Day, and I'm like, you guys are pulling my chain. There's no way. And sure enough, I looked it up in the answers, and it really is actually the yellow category first, and then the green, and then the blue, and then the purple. And I'm like, you're kidding. It's like, what do you call it? The Mandela effect. You know, I asked other people, and they were like, oh, yeah, green goes first, of course. It's funny. Okay. Harmony. E-Trade, E-Harmony, eBay. Oh, gosh. I might be onto something, but I don't know what the fourth one is. E-Field? No. E-Stadium? E-Park? E-Ink? Oh, crud. E-Park? Like emergency brake? Let's try it. No, but it is one away. Oh, dang it. Okay, so how about the opposites then? Ink, diamond, stadium, and park. But if it's one away, then one of these is wrong. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so baseball diamond, baseball field, baseball stadium, and then like at the park. Playing baseball. Yep, baseball venues. Okay, so then eBay, eHarmony, E-Trade. What's E-Ink? That's a new one to me. That is a new one to me. Companies with E removed. Okay, sorry guys. I need to know. I need answers. I don't need sleep. I need answers. What is E-Ink? E-Ink. We make surfaces smart and green. Push the boundaries of electronic paper. So, like a tablet. Okay, yeah, right. You take notes on a tablet and it looks like paper. It's probably like super thin. All right. Well, I learned a new thing. I figured out what E-Ink means. So there's eBay, eHarmony, E-Trade. I actually have an E-Trade account. I don't ever go on it, but I think it's my school retirement funds or something. I don't know. I'm allowed to look at it. I don't. Maybe that's a problem in this economy, but I don't know. It's on autopilot. All right. So create 4 groups of 4. I've got a car trip. You go on a cruise, a drive, a ride, or take a spin. Take a spin. What's left over? The balance, the difference, the remainder, and the rest. Baseball venues, the baseball diamond, the field, the park, and the stadium. And companies with E removed. eBay, eHarmony, E-Ink, and E-Trade. Sweet. Okay, so let's play the mini. Elphaba's broom in Wicked or Aladdin's lamp in Aladdin. They're enchanted. They are... What do those have in common? They're magic? They're... I don't know. We will come back to that one. How about that? Thorough investigation. Like an audit. There's my keyboard. Doubling keys again. If I ever click the light bulb button. You know what? I purposefully don't. Hey, Frank, how you doing? Callie asked, do I ever click on the light bulb button for the connections puzzle? I really don't. Like, does it give you a hint? I don't know. I don't know why, but I find a lot of enjoyment in like the productive struggle. So I love to just kind of figure it out myself, and I don't know if that's the best way, but I love it. So if that gives you a hint, then maybe I just don't go to it. And that could save me some heartache, like yesterday when I didn't get the connections puzzle for something kind of dumb that I could have gotten. Metaphor for an unquestioning rule follower. Like a sheep, right? like a sheeple. Harvard and Yale for 2. They're colleges, they're schools, they're Ivy League. Something Ivy? Ivies? Maybe? Maybe Ivies. Department store chain blank warehouse. It's Men's Warehouse. We might have to change some of these. Definitively determined. Yeah, some of these are wrong. These have got to be wrong. Herald of Spring. What is the Herald of Spring? Okay, I'm thinking that maybe both of these are wrong. Let's come back and drain those out. Orchestral reeds. Sounds like oboes. Kibble nibblers. Maybe dogs or pets. Oh, it could be pets. Fastidiously proper. Maybe prim. Prim and proper. Elphaba's broom in Wicked, or Aladdin's lamp in Aladdin. I don't know. Let's come back. Okay, maybe it is actually pets, because this one, a thorough investigation, might be a probe. Metaphor for an unquestioning rule follower. Something with an R. Oh, I see. Okay, so wait a minute. So this one, the kibble nibbler, is a pet. There I go, typing a T with my middle finger instead of the left hand. And then this one, a unquestioning rule follower, would be a robot. Okay, definitively determined. Oh, to prove. Oh, I get it. The Herald of Spring, a robin. Okay. So, I mean, look at what we have here. Here. So, Elphaba's broom in Wicked, or Aladdin's lamp in Aladdin. It's not that they're magic or whatever. It's a movie prop. There's a prop. It's just a prop. Oh, boy. Thorough investigation, a probe. Or launching a probe into something. A metaphor for an unquestioning rule follower, a robot. Harvard and Yale for 2. Those are Ivy League schools, Ivies. Blank warehouse, the department store chain, Men's Warehouse. Definitively determined. Oh, to definitively determine, to prove. Herald of Spring, the robin. I think robin was one of the answers in a puzzle yesterday, too. Where did we see the word robin? I'm trying to remember where we saw robin. Okay, orchestral reeds, oboes. Kibble nibblers, not... I love that. Not dogs. I'm going to call my dog today a kibble nibbler. See what he says. Fastidiously proper, prim. Prim. I haven't updated you on the dog situation in a little while. So we are fostering this dog, and it doesn't have a defined deadline or anything. You were stuck on that one until you got Robin. Yeah, isn't that all it takes? That just, kind of cracks it wide open. It's like, oh, duh, that one, and then everything else makes sense. I haven't updated you on the dog situation in a little while. So our little, he's cute. He's so cute, Sonny. I could share some pictures with you on the site maybe. But he's really cute. He's a golden doodle, one of those like white coat, kind of sable coat. Golden doodles. He looks just like our dog that passed away. I mean, like, one's a girl, one's a boy. Other than that, you'd think they were the same dog. Yeah, he's awesome. Sonny, he's really cute. We've been training him. As far as we can tell, he's just over a year old. He's still kind of clumsy, and he doesn't know very much like etiquette or anything like that, like how a dog should behave, manners. He doesn't know any tricks. Oh, well, he didn't know any tricks either, so we've taught him a few things. My favorite one is you make a finger gun and go bang, and at first he doesn't do anything. And then he realizes you have a treat, and you go bang again with your finger gun. And then he'll do this like very dramatic, like stumble around and then finally fall and lay on his back. It's hilarious. It's so funny. He's very dramatic. So we knew going into it that it would be temporary. And so we have asked a couple of people that we know, hey, do you need a dog? Do you want a dog? And everyone's like, well, we're not really in a place for a dog right now. And the reason that we don't just keep him, we could keep him, but the reason we don't just keep him is because my wife is mildly allergic to him. I have to bathe him constantly, or else my wife, when she pets him, gets kind of a mild rash up her arm. So there is some allergy going on there, but we just can't part with him. We can't part with him. He's part of the family. He is so cute. He's a really, really good. He's good with other animals. He's good with kids. He loves cuddling. He's kennel trained. He's just really sweet. He knows to shake. He knows to switch hands, right? Switch paws to shake with the other paw. He is kind of learning how to stay. He knows how to fetch. He loves, fetching balls and sticks and stuff. He's a really good dog. But so far we are keeping him. Are we going to keep him long term? I can't say. I just can't say. All right, let's try something with the Wordle. So I'm going to throw out just a 5-letter word. How about point? Let's see what happens. Ooh, yesterday we got so lucky. The first guess, we got 3 greens. And then the second guess, we got another green. And by then, I was just like, and there's only so many letters. I think it was sheer. Wasn't it sheer yesterday? SHEAR. And at the first, I guessed. What did I guess? I guessed like stare or something. And it was like, oh, you got it right. It was mostly right. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So every time I see a green, I get giddy now. Because I'm like, ooh, what did I get? What did I get? Let's try another non-intersecting word like... How about chalk? Okay, we got an L. We got a K as well. Is that a word? No, it's not a word. I'm like, it is a non-intersecting word. It does kind of count. What about... Is that a word? No. Also not a word. Doesn't that feel like... Oh, wait. I think that is a word, actually. Dirge. Like a funeral dirge. Maybe I'm spelling it wrong. Oh, here's one. S-U-R-G-E. Surge. Okay, we got 4 letters. We got 4 letters to our name, so it's in the wrong place. So we would end up with like K... krill is a word. So whatever it is, it's blank, blank, I-L, blank. Could it be an R? That's ugly. There's no words that do that. And it can't be K. So if K and R are both there, there's nothing that goes K-R-I-L-L. I mean, let's try it. I don't know. Oh, okay. I was right. I was nervous that I got it wrong. I should have just hit enter. Just go with your gut. Go with your instinct. We're on a streak. Look at this. 53. That's almost 3 months. No, it's 2 months. 2 months. I'm over calculating myself. Yeah, I know, right? Smurf is probably trademarked. Yeah, you can't say Smurf on. But that's actually an inside joke with my kids. Because the Smurf movie and the Smurf TV show and stuff, they use Smurf for everything, right? And then somebody, found the Smurfs or whatever, and they're, Alvin and the Chipmunks kind of thing, and he starts talking. He's like, well, Smurfity, Smurf, and they all go, oh, language. So if my kids sometimes need to insert a word, they'll say Smurf. Well, that was pretty Smurfing awesome. Just kind of inside joke in my family. It's funny. Krill. Oh, a streak ender? No way. Krill, yeah. Whales, right? Like a baleen whale eats krill, right? I'm sure a lot of things eat krill. I forgot it started with a K. That's so interesting. Every time I get into the letterboxed puzzle, anytime there's a K, it ends with a K, I have to start with a K, and I go, what are K words? I completely forget. All right, strands. Let's do it. Okay, my big head is in the way again. Look at that. Okay, step on it. Step on it. Is that like speedy things, right? To go fast. Zoom. Is zoom in there? No, I don't see zoom. I almost see door. I don't think door is in there. Step on it. We step on the floor. You step on, I don't know, it could be a couple of things. So with the Strands puzzle, I don't know if you've ever, played the Strands, but it's like a word search, and you're trying to find kind of the, it's like a word search. It doesn't just go left and right, up and down, or diagonal. They don't even tell you what the words are, and they snake around, right? They're like in different places. And the theme is a little harder to understand until you sort of crack it open, then it makes sense. I think I might have found something, because step on it. Maybe these are different, like floors. Whoa. Floor. Maybe that's part of the spangram. Here, how about this? Laminate. Ah, okay. All right, step on it. These are floorings. What are other floorings? Tile floor. Or wood, right? Of course, wood. Oh, hardwood. Oh, come on. Hard wood. There we go. Here's linoleum. What is it, like terracotta? Oh, here, flooring. What do you bet that's... Yeah, that's the spangram. Yep. Concrete. And then, whoa. Terrazzo. Remind me what terrazzo is. Terrazzo is a material used for finishing floors and other surfaces, consisting of small pieces of marble, granite, or other aggregates embedded into a cement or epoxy. Okay. So sometimes people get their flooring done in like their garage, Terrazzo. So it's like a man-made thing, I guess, to have like bits of granite or quartz or something just embedded. Huh. Interesting. All right, so step on it. These are different floorings. There's hardwood. Love a good hardwood floor. My old house had hardwood floors under this nasty high pile carpet. It was like the grossest, like sick pea soup green. The previous owner or whoever put it in must have loved it, but we were like, gross. And we tore up some of the carpet just to see what was underneath. And there was a gorgeous, I mean, gorgeous hardwood floor underneath. And so we finished it ourselves. Was it smart to finish it ourselves? No, we should have hired somebody to do it. It would have cost hundreds of dollars, though. And we ripped up all of this beautiful, we ripped up yucky carpet to reveal this hardwood floor underneath. It was actually, yeah. Oh, how funny. The spangram is not going to be where you expect it, isn't it? Yeah, it's actually exactly where it was, on the floor. That's funny. It's on the floor. Hardwood. So our old house, we ripped up the hardwood floor, and it was just gorgeous. We ripped up the carpet to reveal this old hardwood floor. I've only lived in old houses. I've never lived in like a new build. How fun would that be to live in a new build? No, we've always like inherited a grandma house. Not inherit. We've bought a grandma house, right? From, somebody passed away or like whatever the story. But our first house, let's see, somebody moved. No, that was our second house. We've actually gotten lucky. We've gone from house to house. Oh, I joke and I say like we flipped a couple of houses. We didn't flip the house. We lived in it for a good long time. Enjoyed our time there, and then for whatever reason we needed to move. And so we bought our first house, oh my gosh, probably 2014, I want to say, 2013, something like that. And then we lived in that house. We absolutely loved it. That is the one that we ripped up the carpet to reveal the hardwood floor. And then my father-in-law called and he said, hey, grandma is getting old. She needs to move in with somebody else, and we want to keep the house in the family. And so we took the opportunity and bought grandma's house and, again, fixed it up, right? Gained some sweat equity, as they call it. And we were, oh my gosh, we ripped out. I remember, so in the kitchen there was some wallpaper, right? It's an old house, old people. And so we ripped out this wallpaper. What's underneath the wallpaper? More wallpaper. What's under that wallpaper? More wallpaper. There were 5 layers of wallpaper in the kitchen. It was like, an archaeologist digging away at like just an old dig or something. It was crazy. So many layers of wallpaper. We put a skylight in. I mean, we really loved on that house. And then we got just the opportunity of a lifetime to luckily move in actually really close to where I work. And we've been able to live there. We've lived here for, I don't know, I want to say 7 years, something like that. It's been a while, maybe even 8 years. And we've loved every moment of it. Oh no, guess what letters you'll have on the letter box today? I can only guess. Should we just dive in? Oh, we got to go over these too. Hardwood. I got going talking about hardwood floors. Linoleum, terrazzo, concrete, and then laminate. Those are all flooring, and of course the flooring is down at the bottom. Okay, letterbox. We got to do it in 6 words and a couple of tough letters. Hey, you know what? As long as there's a U accompanying the Q, the day that the Q is all by itself with no U, I don't know how we're going to handle that, guys. I don't know what we're going to do. So we're going to try and solve in 6 words. There is an E. There's an E. I mean, that's a good thing. There's no O. There's no S. There's an R. So we can't say something like equator because there's no OR. And then an X. Okay, let's familiarize ourselves with this puzzle. So A, L, R, Y, U, and D, M, E, and I, T, Q, and X. Okay. So the obvious one for the X would be taxi. Taxi. But that leaves us on an I, which is a little awkward. I think illiterate is 2 L's anyway. I think I told you the story a couple days ago of the girl that didn't know the silk trade. Like, she couldn't figure out what the silk trade was, and she asked what a famine was. And I was like, oh man, how do we not know what a famine is? I was joking. I said, maybe we're due for a famine if she doesn't know what a famine is. And looking at the politics of the day, maybe we're in for it. Who knows? But I can't spell the word illiterate there. It doesn't fit. So I wonder if we need to. Here, I'll write down the word taxi. That's a fine word. Taxi. Oh, is that one? Oh, that could be great. Quilted. Quilted. Beautiful word. Love that. Dreamy. All right, and then we're left with the X. Oh boy. EXITED. Oh, we could say exited. So what if we went YEA? I said it backwards. Look at that. YAE. Oh, how do we get over to the E so that we can spell exited or exit? Even just exit would work great. Is yak's a word? Just ye? No, ye is too short. Yeet. Not a word. Not how you spell it. How about yet? And then just tax. That's easy. Boom. Sometimes the simplest words are the answer, right? You just need something simple to get out of the way. Okay, we'll take a look at that, right? Quilted, what a great word. Thanks for the boost, Callie. Yeah, I can't do ye. It's too short. Can't do ye. Quilted. Dreamy, yet, and then the T led us to tax to get rid of that dumb X. That's a tough one. I don't know if you guys are keeping track of my America's Favorite Teacher thing, but I am currently in first place in the wild card round. Here, maybe I need to separate this so it makes more sense. There we go. Okay, so in the wild card round, I am currently first place. I knew this was coming. I didn't know I would be in the wild card round, because if I am only in first place, then I just move on to the next round. Well, officially the next round doesn't start until I think Monday morning. So between now and Sunday, we can just vote, get all our votes in. All right, you can vote once per day. You can see that button to vote. There's my beautiful face right there. Lovely. And I knew this was coming, right, because of this wild card round thing. Here, moving it over, you can see the dates, right? So I was first place for a long time, top 20, top 15, top 10, and then top 5, and then top 10. Suddenly I was in second place. I'm like, no, guys, get the votes in. Luckily I was, top of, in second place on April 3rd, and they had sort of like a little, what do you call it, like a Cinderella round, right? And I have the chance to be in the finalist round as a result of this kind of Cinderella round. So I am currently first place in the wild cards. It's a couple of fun teachers. There we go. Well, maybe I'll just zoom out. You can see it there. Right? So, the America's Favorite Teacher, the wild card round. These talented teachers landed in the second place in their group. They have one last opportunity to move forward to the quarterfinals. Voting in the wild cards ends Sunday the 6th at 7 p.m. Pacific time. So if you're in Mountain Time, that's 8 p.m. Isn't that how time works? If you're in Central Time, that's 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. for Eastern Time. So you can still cast your vote for me. It's pretty awesome. And these have moved, by the way. These are a different order. I'm going to take a screenshot of that because this used to be a different order. It was that this gal, Amanda Newcomb, she was second place behind me. And then James Guthrie looks like he's popping ahead. Couple of fun pictures. He's trying to sell himself just like me. He's got a fun picture. And then this guy, Andrew. No last name for Andrew. I teach to inspire. Yeah, absolutely. We all have so many, like, I in the main group voting, I was pushing to vote. I wanted to read everybody. And whose budget Elon Musk? This guy? I don't know about that. Not me. I don't own any electric vehicle. So, yeah, here's mine. The vote is in the description. Upload myself with a blowtorch. Actually, that kid that ran for student body officer and didn't make it today, she's in my class, and she said, oh, you know what would be funny? What if you took a picture of yourself just like the groundhog lady? Right? Like get a groundhog costume and make the same pose as she did. I was like, that would be really funny. But I don't want to seem like I'm making fun of her or something, So anyway, there's my stiff competition. And I think, I could be totally wrong, but I think they group us into even groups in this round, right? It's not like, oh, you're voting and then you're there we go. I originally thought, oh, they must vote like, there it is. Move it over a little bit. That was bugging me. I thought originally that you voted in just all the second place winners, but maybe they don't want to let you know how many second place winners there were or something. I don't know how that ended up working, but the wild card round ends this Sunday, so get your votes in. You can vote on the link. I know in the live you can't click links, but you can vote a lot of different ways, right? There's a link in the channel description, in the pinned comment, just about anywhere. So go vote for me. You can vote once every 24 hours. And when you vote, you are supporting me, hopefully becoming America's favorite teacher. It's a Cinderella round, which is kind of neat. So like one last chance for the second placers. So neat. Create 4 groups of 4, right? Car trip. This is the green category. Cruise, drive, ride, and spin. What's left over? The balance, the difference, the remainder, and the rest. Is there baseball venues? Baseball diamond, field, park, and stadium. Companies with the E removed. eBay, right? A trading site, auction site. eHarmony for dates and matches. E-Ink, which apparently does like tablets that look like paper. You can write on them. And then E-Trade for your stocks, for your stonks. All right. I'd so overthought this first one in the mini crossword. Elphaba's broom in Wicked or Aladdin's lamp in Aladdin. They're props. They're just props. Thorough investigation, a probe. We'll launch a probe into the investigation. Metaphor for an unquestioning rule follower, a robot. At first I said sheep, right? A sheep is an unquestioning rule follower too. Rule follower. Harvard and Yale for 2. Ivy League schools. Men's Warehouse, department store chain. Definitively determine, to prove. We want to set out to prove something. Herald of spring, the robin. You start hearing birds, and we know that spring's on its way. Feels good. Today was one of those weird days that you got like all the weather. I don't know where you live if it's the same thing, but we got a tiny bit of rain, tiny bit of snow, and by the end of the day, I was taking my coat off to walk in the door. So it was a little bit of everything. I didn't even tell you the other thing I did today. So after I got my, speaking of probe, right, I got my, luckily I was not probed. That would be bad. I got my fingerprints done because I'm relicensing as a teacher. I think you have to do it like every 5 years or something. And so I got my fingerprints done. They run a whole background check. They send the whole thing to the FBI. It's this big thing, like to prove that you're not a bad person in a teaching setting, which it makes sense. I'm glad we're protecting our kids. But afterwards, there's this, ever since I got my little second car, this honestly hoopty of a car, it's been kind of a project car. I've been able to take care of it myself. A lot of the things, I've changed the spark plugs and the, the ignition coils, and I've, detailed it from top to bottom myself. I've been able to do a lot of things myself. I even put new fog lights in. Like I feel pretty handy about it. YouTube will make you a pro at anything, I guess. And the brakes have always been a little bit like loose. And so I read into what does that, and I watched a couple of videos, specifically to my car even, on how to change the brake fluid, right? Because brake fluid is caustic, and it's hydrostatic, and it just goes bad, and you need to change it out. Well, this car is from 2006. It's an old car, and I actually had... I haven't had it leak or anything, good thing. But after this fingerprinting thing, I went to Advanced Auto Parts, I think was the place that had it. And I got a couple of the things I need. I also needed some tubing to put over the bleed valve. I read the whole, I've watched multiple videos. I feel pretty confident about it. But I think we're going to do it. Hopefully, if the weather behaves itself this weekend, we're going to be able to do that. So I'll keep you posted. Maybe I'll make a video about it too, how we did it. But I'm going to be changing out that. I'll also change out the timing belt. No, the one connected to the alternator, the serpentine belt. So I'll loosen up the tension on that and then swap the belt out for another one. Anyway, pretty cool. Herald of spring. Now that it's warmer, we hear the robins, and we do car work in our garages or our driveways. Orchestral reeds, oboes, kibble nibblers. That's a funny clue. Pets, and then fastidiously proper. Prim was the name of the younger sibling in the Hunger Games. Primrose. Prim and proper. All right. Yesterday when we did the puzzle, man, did we get lucky. You guys saw it. If you were here, you saw me guess. I forget what the word was, but it had 3 green letters in it. The first guess. And then the second guess we got had 1 more green letter. And then there was only like the last letter, and that was it. And I'm like, okay, this has got to be something. So I think it was sheer. Correct me if I'm wrong. Sheer was the answer. Yeah, so today we guessed point to begin with, and it had an I in it. That's awesome. And then a non-intersecting word, a word that doesn't use any of those first letters, chalk. And then we tried surge, and the L and the I were correct in the right place. And then there's a K and an R, but the K can't go at the end, and the R doesn't make sense at the end, so it's got to be an RK. But what's an RK word? That's weird. So KR had to work. So the only thing that made sense, K-R-I-L what? It had to be 2 L's, so we doubled the L there. And then the Strands was a cute puzzle. I love when they do like a picture in the puzzle. You know, there's only so many letters in there. 6 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6 by 8. You know, there's only so many letters there, but it's pretty interesting to see how they can make little pictures like this one. Flooring, of course, the flooring is at the bottom. Yeah, oh, Strands. Yeah, the word robin was in the Strands puzzle a couple days ago. Yeah, so today's theme was step on it, right? Makes it sound like you want to go fast. No, it's about like flooring. Hardwood, linoleum, terrazzo, concrete, and laminate. We even looked up what terrazzo was because I didn't know. It's little flecks, little chunks of granite inside like a resin epoxy. All right, so a couple of my favorite letters. I mean that kind of sarcastically. The Q and the X were in there, but we did just fine getting rid of them. We started with the hardest letter and we ended with another hardest letter. Look at that, how funny. So we tried quilted. Callie, thank you for your help with quilted. That was a good answer. And then the D from the end of quilted led us to dreamy, and then dreamy led us to the Y. And I just needed the X at that point, so I'm thinking, you know, what else could I use? How about yet? And the T led us to tax. Cool. Awesome. Well, thanks for your help on the puzzles today. That was pretty fun doing these together. I would love your support, your voting for America's favorite teacher. Thanks for that. There's a link in the pinned comment. There's a link in the description. There's a link on my channel page. Before you exit out of YouTube, I'd love for you to click on the channel and get to me and vote for me. That would be so fun. There's 2 days and 2 hours remaining. So what is that? 9 p.m., 7 p.m. Pacific time. Vote for me, and each day you can vote once every 24 hours. So that would be pretty awesome. So go vote and support me. You're awesome. Hey, thanks for thanks for everything you guys do, for between helping me, supporting me, and this voting thing. Just crazy kind of, I don't know. There's a lot of things going on, but I don't know about you, but this is the beginning of our spring break. So if you see me end up doing our live streams earlier in the day, that's why. Okay, I just want to get it out of the way so that my kids and I can just kind of enjoy the day. So if I'm like not there and you're like, oh, why didn't you do it? Oh, what? You already did it. I might do them like early in the morning, like normal people, because I actually have an early job, right? I wake up early and then go to work early, and I come home early, which is great because of school. But then I end up doing these live streams, and it takes a while, right? It takes a while to finally get to the stream. But because of the spring break that we have that literally starts today, I might just do these puzzles earlier in the morning. So it may be a new thing. It just may be like a new audience. Who knows? If you're there, that's awesome. I love having you guys. So thanks for joining me. And I'll catch you on the next one. See you guys.